Have you ever desired to show off something you created, like we'll say in racing, or in this case even sim racing? While on the track, simulator, hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you've ever needed to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Racewear is your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even hats, they go the extra mile. Custom race shoes to gloves and even cart suits, Abruzzi has the supplies to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can even have your own name embroidered just the way you want it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of sim apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look today at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, your wear, your way.
Here we go, 100 laps of Daytona, and look at Cedric Hunter right on the back end of Dude. As we're going to take it down the front stretch into one. Conrad, Yingling, Vincent, Hunter, Whitley, Colley will be your front six. The run will happen again for Harold and Blevins on the top side. Acacia and Whitley will ride along up there with them, along with Mullins and Cedric Hunter. Oh, check them out! Oh, the big one!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And the big one comes out.
There it was. Daytona always has one big one.
Yeah, and the 17 of Miller.
Oh, he got a good shot from Mark Whitley, and the back ended upsetting the car. And that was it. That's all she wrote.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag waves. Nice jump there by Held, and here we go. Across the line with 10 to go. Yep, into 3 in front of Held, and Brian Johnson, your new leader.
That didn't
No,
work out
Bob's helping.
Yeah.
Bob's helping. This is brilliant. I mean, you're seeing brilliance in teamwork driving on this track right now by Category 5. Johnson will keep the low line. They're going to throw Zach Hall, who would now leapfrog up in front. Now they put Skinner and Cedric Hunter on the high side. They're going to box in Vincent and Mullins. Nowhere for them to go as we come with 7 to go across the backstretch. Wow. We have a lap car coming up. Oh, he spins! Blevins spins! But we're going to do a green-white checker here. And Zach Hall has the opportunity to take his first victory of the season. White flag, here we go. Across the line. Zach Hall on the inside, Bissett on the top side. They are side by side, door to door. Yingling's pushing Bissett. Johnson pushing Hall. We come out of 2. We're looking at that top side, having some groove here, and got a little bit of momentum. Bisson with a nose lead over Zach Hall going into 3. As we come into 3, Hall and Johnson on the bottom. Yingling looking to push Bisson on the top side. Gets a little loose. Gets into the backside of Bisson. Bisson now up to the wall. And Zach Hall holds on and will take his first victory of the season for World Series of Sim Racing and Category 5 Esports.
All right, welcome race fans here to a Saturday night racing here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with World Series of Sim Racing League. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that intro as we're getting ready to take on, as we all know, the iconic speedway here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's going to be a fun race. This is Robert A. Moyer up here in the booth and going to be accompanied by my good old fellow here, co-host here of Lee Tidwell. How you doing there, buddy?
Jolly good day, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It looks like we got a driver already that's got a cold or something. Good storyline.
Joseph McQuarter driving under the weather here this evening. So I'm going to try to keep the sniffles away as he has the common cold, which is still out there, no matter what anyone says. It has not been defeated yet, nor has it been eradicated. No, the common cold is still a threat to us all, and we must be wary.
Amen.
So here we are from Indy with last race before the playoffs here for the World Series of Sim Racing. Zach Hall getting his first win of the season last week, and we're looking forward to a big race here tonight. 125 laps under a 78-degree, partly cloudy sky in virtual Indy. 52% humidity. Wind will be at 10 miles an hour. It's a 2.51-mile track, Robert, with a track temperature right now of 113 degrees.
Woo.
We've been watching these guys go around, and it's slicker than snot on a doorknob out there around some of these turns.
Slicker than snot at 113 degrees. Yeah, they're going to be doing a lot of struggling. They're going to have to wait on that gas to put it down full throttle or go down the front stretch and back stretch there, Lee.
Yeah, and that's the thing is when you drive Indy in a stock car, it's a lot of fun, but you got to remember that these are 4 individual turns. These are 4 turns you have to take very carefully. These are 4 turns you cannot take at full speed. These are 4 turns that you really don't want to touch your brakes on. These are 4 turns that in a blink of an eye, you could be inside the outside retaining wall and your day be over. These are 4 turns of doom at Indianapolis, Indiana, here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We look at the points, and there's going to be lots of storylines going on tonight. Who will come away with the points lead in the regular season championship? Larry Yingling in the lead right now, 284 points. Brian Johnson in second position at 280. Zach Hall is in third at 261. Cedric Hunter, look at that Category 5 up there. We talked about it during the recap. Team Racing. Cedric Hunter in fourth position. Alex Bisson with Driven Motorsports will be in fifth. Joseph McQuarter in sixth with Driven Motorsports. Another Category 5 guy, Bob Skinner in seventh. Mark Whitley in eighth right now. Chuck Sweeting in ninth. And that playoff bubble, the 10th position, James Hackworth Jr., the number 23, in position right now. He's tied with Sweeting for ninth. In 11th place, first one out at the moment, Brandon Colley at 157 points. So depending on what happens with Chuck, what happens with James Hackworth Jr., Brandon Colley, and even Jonathan Smith in the 12th position could catapult into the playoffs here this evening at Indianapolis.
Well, we got 23 Oh boy, we got 24 cars on the field here tonight, Lee. And looking down the points, like you said there, 10th, 11th. Man, I don't even count out Levi Cox yet. I mean, at 149 points, I don't know if he can make that ground up though with that many cars.
Yeah, I mean, it really just, and it matters on what happens at the beginning of the race, with the contenders in, especially 9th and 10th, Sweeting and Hackworth Jr. at 176 points, but even Mark Whitley at 183.
Right.
If something happens lap 1, lap 10 of this 125 lap event, and they are put out for the day, that could kick them completely out of playoff contention.
Wow.
Lots of ebbs and flows and weaving of the web we shall do here this evening with World Series of Sim Racing. Of course, brought to you here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting by a bunch of our super fine sponsors, which of course they are the ButtKicker and the Gamer2. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving to physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast20. That's Freaky with 2 E's, FreakyFast20, for 20% off your order of the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Freaky Fast Broadcasting also brought to you by ABruisingUSA.com. That's Abruzzi, ABRUZZI. USA.com, your wear, your way. No, nothing against Abruzzi. The United States Postal Service has misplaced my package of brand new Abruzzi gloves, so we're still on wait. Now, they finally made it from St. Paul, Minnesota to Nashville in 6 days.
Wow.
So we finally got an alert today that they're in Nashville.
Jesus.
So hopefully I'll have them by next week here on World Series of Sim Racing. But that's not Abruzzi USA's fault. Abruzzi with excellent sim wear, with gloves, karting gloves and boots, all kinds of apparel and much, much more. That's at AbruziUSA.com. Your wear, your way. Use promo code FreakyFast. That's Freaky with 2 E's. For 20% off of your order over $30. That's AbruziUSA.com. And Freaky Fast Broadcasting also brought to you by iPitting. iPitting Board is a web tool designed for iRacing teams. It helps you create an iRacing series board for all your teammates and provides a clear vision of every data point, including schedules, results, championship points, standings, and much, much more. It's also a great help for your team's community manager, which can use the tool to share on social networks of your team's achievements and events. Check out the iPitting board and all the web tools there at iPitting.com. Robert, we're getting set for some qualifying action.
Yes.
We've had some laps being laid down. Levi Cox with the top lap so far. Quick time! 51.405. And we'll see if anybody else can come in underneath that. Collie Spear, Jason Spear in the 02. Zach Hall, Cedric Hunter, John Held, and Dave Acacia have not ran their laps yet. Conrad showing up second week in a row here after Daytona of last week. Running the number 8 Machine Dude Conrad with a 52.349. Levi Cox will remain in that top position as the qualifying beginning to roll through here at Indy. Robert, I've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to calling any race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway here in where is Indianapolis? Indiana. Why am I stupid?
I don't even have a comeback on that. Yo, where's Indy? You got Bobby syndrome.
Dude. Look, I've been talking for like 8 minutes straight with no mistakes, so I'm giving that one. I've earned it.
Yeah, you earned that. You earned that mistake, right? That's right. It's that code that Joseph is trying to spread around the track.
Christopher Miller on Facebook talks about Brandon Colley putting in some extra time for the race here tonight. I actually was in a practice session with Brandon Colley. Levi Cox was in there, I believe. Larry Yingling was in there. And ran some laps with these guys. Got nowhere close. Served as a nice little obstacle for them as they came zooming around. But you had some extra practice being put in tonight here. Brandon Colley, as we talked about, in that bubble position in 11th. If he can make a strong showing and a little bit of lady luck, he could be moving on to the playoffs.
Most definitely. And like you said, that's going to be a storyline all night. Wow, we got a lot of storylines here tonight. Last race before the playoffs. They're running for a championship ring. I mean, there's a lot in stake for this race here tonight for some of these drivers there, Lee.
It absolutely is, and it goes from who makes it to the playoffs to regular season champion. So Brian Johnson and Larry Yingling's going to be battling out tonight for that regular season championship. We've got different, depending on how you finish here, is how you work, the points you get starting off in the playoffs. There's so many different angles to look at this that, quite honestly, we will not have time to go over all of them tonight. We would love to. Absolutely. We are statisticians at heart. No pun intended. But no, we do not know all the different outcomes because we're not NBC and we don't have interns.
There you go. Very true. But all right. Well, we got the qualifying results up here tonight.
So qualifying tonight here at Indianapolis, your pole setter, number 99, Levi Cox, with a 51.403. Chuck Sweeting will line up in second position. In the number 26 machine. The number 67 of Larry Yingling will start in third. In fourth, the 95 of Alex Bisson. In fifth, the 28 of Brian Johnson. The number 5 of Zach Carr, last week's winner, will start in sixth position. In seventh, the number 77. That's a lot of sevens for Mark Whitley. In eighth position, number 13 of Cedric Hunter. The number 38 of Richard Swaverly will begin ninth. In 10th, Joseph McCorder, the number 32 machine. John Mullins in his 64 car begin in the 11th position. In 12th is going to be Vernon Marjam in the number 88 machine. Will Prolix in the 83 car begin 13th. At 14th, Jonathan Smith in the number 33. In the 02, Jason Spear in the number, it will begin in 15th position. Brendan Colley in the number 1 will begin in 16th. Dude Conrad in the number 8 will begin in 17th. In 18th, Jeff Gilmore in his 57 machine. In 19th, Cody Cox at number 54. The 82 of Bob Skinner will begin in 20th. John Held in 21st. Dave Acacia in 22nd. Hackworth Jr. will begin in 23rd. Interesting. The 10th position playoff contender begins in 23rd. Holyfield and Aleo Jr. will round out your starting field here at Indianapolis as we get set for 125 laps. Gen 6 action. Let's do it.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in out there on Facebook and YouTube. You know the steps and the ropes to do for us. And don't forget to hit that smiley face, thumbs up reaction. It helps the algorithms on Facebook.
Give it to me, baby.
Okay, all right, we're singing now. Woohoo! We're under pace lap. We're going to sing. No, wait, we're under pace lap here. We need to talk about food real quick. How can we get that out of the way?
What's Indy famous for besides Pat McAfee?
I don't know. Good question. Chat, let us know what's Indy famous for food. I don't know. I don't go to Indy, so I don't know.
It's probably a typical Midwest type thing, you would believe. That whole swath of the country is just, I don't know. It's like it's such a vast area that is so similar. Where when you look at the South, even from Tennessee to Kentucky to North Carolina, we're so vastly different. I feel like anybody north of Kentucky, it's all the same. It's like one big Ohio.
Ken says moonshine. That's not even food, but okay. Put it in your food.
I could do some moonshine now.
I did
Pace
that
car.
once and never do it again.
Downtown Nashville, buddy. Have fun. Here we come. Pace car around 4 will duck off this time. Cox will lead him to the line. Sweeting, Yingling, Bisson, Johnson, and Hall. Your front 3 rows. Pace car is off, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 125 laps from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for World Series of Sim Racing. Here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, to the line, Levi Cox will bring them up. Sweeting on the outside, turn 1, especially on these colder tires. Going to be very interesting. Everybody needs to tiptoe around. Yingling has moved up to second position. Sweeting in third. Johnson now looking to make a move with Bisson on the outside for fourth position. Whitley will be in 5th.
Very nice start by everybody there, Lee. They all come down that backstretch to get ready to head into turn 3 and 4 for the first time here tonight. As everybody gets single file, it looks like we got a good battling going on back here behind Mark with Zach Hall, Cedric Hunter, Richard back here running.
You have a the 38 of Swaverly, back there. And he's made up a couple of positions. Up one. And now to the top side. Actually, that's McWhorter, excuse me. McWhorter running 6. Is it McWhorter that's 6?
9th.
No,
back.
6th. Yeah.
Mark Whitley's in 6th.
Sick. S-I-C-K.
Oh, sick. Oh, I thought you were saying 6. Okay, never mind.
I'm from Tennessee, man. You got to get that twang in there.
Hey, that's my first mess up for the night. All right, back to the race.
Box will continue to lead, and we have settled down. Yingling, Sweeting, Bisson, Johnson, your top 5. Whitley, Hall, Hunter, McWhorter, Swaverly will round out your 10. With Cedric Hunter and McWhorter all on the backside of Zach Hall.
Yeah, this track, too, is going to be, it's what Christopher was saying out there on Facebook. It's all about track position here. And, just holding your ground, running your line, and, keeping the car clean through the whole thing. And then, if we stay green, then we come down to pitch strategy. I mean, there's a lot of strategies in this. This is a big track. Comes down to saving tires, position, and fuel.
This one goes underneath Sweeting for 3rd position in turn number 2 as we go into 3. Yingling is starting to approach the back of Cox. And as you said, it's all about track position. These guys are content riding around right now in lap 3 of 125. Everybody, except for McWhorter, he continues to push. He is not content just sitting in line. Now sniffing the inside of Zach Hall going into 1. McWhorter looking to overtake that 7th position.
Mm-hmm. And if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, but McWhorter, he is good at Indy. If I remember correctly, the guy knows how to run this track. He's very fast at it and very smart at this track.
So Ken is talking about Indy track food. The larger concession stands are run by a restaurant company and contain the same stuff from spot to spot. Oh. Wait, he's got menu prices for it.
All right.
Okay. Pork tenderloin, $10. A hamburger. I want a hamburger. If I'm going to be at Indy right now, I want a hamburger and some chicken tenders. I want some fries. Ooh, make that a bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, bacon.
And a Mountain Dew, and we're good to go. McWhorter inside of Whitley now, continuing to charge up into 6th position, and now behind Brian Johnson. He's not setting back. The 32 of McWhorter. I mean, I don't know if it's the cold clogging up his poor little wee head or what, but McWhorter is on the move here early in the race. Get to the back of Johnson now. It looks like into 3. He's starting to judge coming out of here.
Riding with the nose with him here, Lee, and he is, like you said, all over Brian Johnson right now.
Yeah, he has been driving right up to the backside of everyone, and right here at the start-finish line, dropping down to the inside and looking to make the turns around, make the pass around 1 or 2, and he's going to make it at 1. Johnson says, you know what, buddy? I'm good at lap 6. Here you go, I'm going to lift.
Well, and that's the thing, too. Brian Johnson and Larry, they really don't, they're already in the playoffs. They're up there in 1st and 2nd in the points. I'm not saying you don't want to finish the race, but they don't have to fight for anything. You know what I mean? Just run your race, get your max points, and be done.
And speaking of points, let's look at James Hackworth Jr. in the number 23. He is way behind the field.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if he got into an incident or what, but way behind the field. He is in 10th position the number 1 of Brandon Coley, sitting in the 11th, the bubble spot of playoffs, in 13th in this race. So a big gap there, 22nd to 13th. Could we see a swap in the final playoff position?
And how far is Jonathan Smith back? Because he's riding right behind him.
Jonathan Smith, I had it, boss man. There we go. Jonathan Smith is back. It's 24 points, so it's going to be hard for him. Coley back only 19. So Coley if he can hang here, probably get top 10, and Hackworth Jr. stays where he's at in the back of the field in almost last position, that could be a change in the playoffs.
Well, he's actually in last place because Ron, John, and Mike did not grid tonight. So there's actually 22 cars that did the grid, and James Hackworth is running 22nd. About, how far back is he? 12 seconds, about 13 seconds behind now. But if we see a yellow, I know James's strategy. Don't put him out of this yet, Lee, because he'll stay out and lead a lap. So that's just going to force the one of, Coley to lead a lap to match that point. But right now he's so far ahead, running in 13th position. I think he's going to do a leapfrog.
It's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. Back to the front, Levi Cox continues the lead. Bisson has worked his way up to 3rd position. McWhorter now in 4th, with Sweeting following him. So McWhorter has been just picking his way through the field, up 6 positions from the start of this race. And I don't think he's done yet. Down the front stretch. Oh, McWhorter almost hits the wall. Tries to go to the inside of Bisson. I don't know if Bisson was trying to throw a block or just came down low. But McWhorter almost hits that retaining wall going into the pits. Yeah, we come out. They came out. Yeah, Bisson blocked him. Bisson straight up through the block, coming down the front stretch. McWhorter will complete the pass and be in 3rd now, but yeah, contention here on lap number 10. I'd like to say hello to everyone out there on Facebook and YouTube. Give us some of those emojis down there at the bottom. Click the like button on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to Freaky Fast for all the racing action we bring to you pretty much every dadgum night of the week. There on Facebook, give us one of those emojis. Give me a care emoji. I need a care today. Can someone please give me a care? Lap 11 of 125. As we have settled into the groove, Cox, Yingling, McWhorter, the only one that's really making some moves, now at 7 positions. Bisson will be in 4th, Sweeting 5th. Johnson, Hall, Whitley, Hunter, Mullins will round out your top 10. Colley has now, Colley, yep, I was right, has moved up to 12th position. He is on the bubble for the playoffs. James Hackworth Jr. continues to ride in the back of the pack. The leaders going into 3. McWhorter, 0.2 of a second behind Larry Yingling, and looking to make a slight run on him here on the front stretch, starting to make up a little bit of that time. And McWhorter has it led up. They come out of 1, Robert, and McWhorter is now within sniffing distance of Yingling for 2nd.
Yeah, you see how much he's 11, 12 laps into this run here, and he's up 7 positions. I'm telling you, this guy knows how to run this track, man. Let's just hope he keeps. Look at it. Now he's looking inside Larry, taking it down into turn 3, and Larry's just going to let him go.
Going to let him take it. Yeah, so McWhorter will be in second position. Bisson has fallen back to 6th behind Johnson. Any other big movers? Acacia is up 5 positions now in 16th. Jeff Gilmore's up 3 to 15th. Brandon Colley up 4 positions, as we talked about, in 12th at the moment. The number 1 of Brandon Colley. He is on that playoff bubble, sitting in 11th in the point standings here for this final race at Indianapolis. The number 10 position is held by the number 23 of James Hackworth Jr., who we're not sure if had problems or is just riding in the back because he knows as long as he finishes, he is in.
Oh, what happened to Dude? He is ran
Dude Conrad, yeah, NB.
9 laps, and he's sitting in pit road, but it looks like he exited and he's out and gone. So I don't know if he hit the wall or not sure what happened, but hey, that helps James, right? That moves him up.
Trying to see what happened there, but
yeah, I don't see. Wow, we got a new driver out here tonight. I've seen him around. Jason Spears, good. Yeah, his dad charms in Lee. Used to watch Freaky Fast back in the day. He has a brother and his dad. They do a lot of I don't think his dad does, but his brother races too. So it's actually good to see a new driver out on the track here tonight. And he is one of them drivers that is steady, fast, and he's a really good driver. Takes his time. He's never in a rush.
And that's what I mean, with these longer races, you know, I ran let me see, it was 135 in Kentucky today. And you've got to understand that's 135 laps. Like here it's 125. You're not going to win the race on lap 15, so it's not worth over pushing, over driving. It's not worth getting in that. But Levi Cox is pulling away here. Now with a 0.6 second lead over McWhorter. McWhorter was looking fast, clawing up through the field. And Levi, top in qualifying and running, strong right now. McWhorter has run the fastest lap of the race, though, doing a sub 52 at a 51.980. What if McWhorter chewed those tires up? Yingling is right behind him now.
Yeah, it's get out of. I was actually thinking that. That's on my brain. I'm sitting there scratching my chin, going, I wonder if he chewed them tires up. As you see, Larry, Levi there. He's trying to break the draft just a little bit, but see what kind of lap times these guys run this time by. Last lap, let's see here, Levi.
I-54s.
They're all the same.
54.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the 54.8 mark is where the top 6 to 8 cars are running. And Yingling right to the back of McWhorter coming down the backstretch.
And that draft is playing effect. It's helping. It's pushing him up closer to Cox there in that 99, Mr. Pepsi Man.
Yeah, that 0.7 of a second gap dropped to 0.3 real quick with the drafting of McWhorter and Larry Yingling as they come around 4. We are on lap 16 of 125. And yeah, they're trying to break those drafts there, as you talked about. But Larry Yingling looking really strong as well. McWhorter up 8 positions, setting in the second position now.
What we see now, Lee, is that basically the tires are up to pressure. Lap times are the same. So basically everything just balanced out now. Now it's just about not making a mistake. If you hit your marks, basically, well, except for Larry says he's going to try to the inside, but basically these cars are all equal now. It's just about how do you drive the track.
Yeah, Yingling easily overtaking McWhorter for second.
And
waiting on the inside now.
Yeah, now we got Chuck looking on the inside of Joseph.
Door to door, McWhorter and Sweeting coming down the front stretch. Brian Johnson's going to drop down and give Sweeting a little help there, a little help from my friend. And he's going to be able to complete that pass. Johnson's going to stay down there. Is he going to make it stick? Looking to overtake McWhorter as well. This is for 4th position. Going into 2. Johnson on the inside, McWhorter on the outside. McWhorter with more momentum, been able to carry it on that high side, and now almost has him cleared.
And
does.
Okay, deja vu.
I had to move my camera back. It was still sitting up on the leaders.
Oh, okay. All right.
And speaking of the leaders, Levi's pulled out back to a 7/10 of a second lead.
Yeah, he's looking good here. Now, I've never seen Levi race Indy, so I don't know how good he is, but apparently he's good from what I can see. As now we got Chuck pulling back up into 2nd place over Larry, and we got a battle back here. Joseph, I think, his tires are gone here. He's got Brian by him. Now he's got Zach Hall looking on the inside. And it looks like he's going to fall back to 6th place. So, from the looks of it, Joseph has a short-run car, but not a long-run car. Now, he can change his driving style when he comes in and makes these pit stops. He knows now, okay, don't push the car that hard for that many laps because I need it for this many laps. So, he can do adjustments, you know, and change your driving style.
Yeah, and that's, you know, he rose quickly through the field and he fell back almost as quickly. So yeah, he's going to learn from that first run, as we talked about lap 20 of 125. So definite room to make up from small mistakes. Now you make a big mistake, you plow into a wall, there's no coming back from that. But right now McWhorter's still, you know, in a nice position, up 4 positions, sitting in 6th. Let's check back in with our top 2 and our bottom 2. So Larry Yingling in 1st position for the regular season championship is sitting in 3rd. Sitting in 4th, the 2nd position in the championships, Mr. Brian Johnson. So these two now nose to tail with a 4-point differential going into tonight. So 280 to 284. Leading a lap or winning this race will be huge for either one of these guys in the points race tonight.
That is correct. And then we come back here with James Hackworth running in 18th now, gaining some positions here as he's got Cody Cox right behind him there running in 19th position. Right in front of him in that awesome American flag car, Bob Skinner. And then we got Jeff Gilmore up here in 16th position, up 2 positions. Jonathan Smith in that 33 is running in 15th position, down 1 position from the start of the race. We got the 20 of that Toyota of Dave up 7 positions, running in 14th position. Newcomer here of Jason Spears running, let's see here, in 13th position, up 2 positions. And then on the cutoff bubble, running in 12th position now here, Lee up 4 positions.
Yep, so Brandon Colley in 12th at the moment. Hackworth Jr. setting in 18th. He needs 26 points. 26 more than Hackworth in order to advance into the playoffs. With Hackworth Jr. now up to 18th position, we start seeing some of these other cars falling off. You know, he's eating away at that. Colley is going to have to finish top 10 or better. And like I said, and hope for some lady luck. I hope he's got a rabbit's foot around his mirror. He's got a horseshoe in his trunk. Maybe he kidnapped a leprechaun before this race began. But he is going to need all the luck he can get to make it into the playoffs this season.
Maybe the Indy lady luck will come out for him, you know. Because, you know, Indy is one of them iconic, way back in 1911, first race ever run here at Indianapolis. Not with the Gen 6, but the first race was in 1994, I believe.
1994, I was but a young one. 18 years old. Thought I knew everything. I didn't know nothing.
The answer Ken's question out on Facebook there, Lee. No tire limit this season. They never do any kind of changes through a season, rules or anything like that. So there's no tire limit, but they do run 100% fuel load. But I know in season 3, from what we're hearing from the administrators, is that there's probably going to be a tire limit put into it. So stay tuned for when that when that comes in about a month.
And that's something that, the administrators and league officials for World Series of Sim Racing really took into consideration, because those tire limits really did get introduced, after the season had already began.
Right.
And they made a conscious decision of, it's set how it's set. We're going to wait until next season to tinker with anything. So, kudos to them for, sticking with that instead of playing with that in the mid-season. Especially with something like tires, because that's a learned thing. You've got to learn to manage tires. I mean, you know how to manage them. You pull it every caution and you get more tires. That's what everyone's been doing. So
right.
If you have someone that's not used to truly having to manage tires, that's a learned behavior.
Yes.
And it takes a little while. So kudos to the World Series of Sim Racing for, waiting till next season to implement that.
Correct. And not only that, you don't want to change mid-season on stuff like that, because tires now with the set limit can win or lose races, and it's not fair to the drivers that raced all season to make the playoffs or even have a chance in the playoffs lose it because of what you just explained.
Lap 25 of 125 here at Indianapolis. Levi Cox has led every single lap so far. Chuck Sweeting up to second position. Brian Johnson's in third. Hall fourth. McWhorter in fifth. Yingling, Hunter Bisson, Whitley, and Mullins has now moved up to the 10th position. Swaverly will be sitting in 11th, and Colley on the playoff bubble in 12th position. Hackworth Jr. rides in 17th now, Robert.
That is correct. And come up here to Hello Kitty. We have to give a shout out to the Hello Kitty there for your daughter, and everybody else that's out there that loves that kitty machine. He's up here in 7th position.
He's got to quit texting and driving.
But oh man, we got a battle going back here. Looks like Mark got who is that? No, is that Nick? Hey, who's running in that car up front? That Nick Crawford? Who is that?
Yeah, it's Nick Crawford came barreling in around Whitley and Bisson. Where did Crawford come from?
Wait, that's not Crawford. Who is that?
Behind Cedric Hunter is the 21 of Nick Crawford.
I don't even have him on my scoring. Wow.
I think he just joined.
How did... Okay. Oh, yeah, there he is. I found him. Okay. I was going to say, I don't even see his name.
And he is hauling tail around this track. I don't think you're going to make up that many laps, sir. You're more than welcome to try. How many laps is he down?
16.
So he didn't just join. I wonder if something happened. No, because I didn't call him off in the starting lineup. He didn't start.
Yeah, he didn't start the race, but we do got John now in that 64, finishing third last week at Daytona. First podium for him in that DNA car of a Chevy ZL1 Camaro. He pitted on lap 26. Yes, 26. Jeff Gilmore pitted on lap 24. So his pit window's opening up now here. We're on lap 28.
The leaders of Cox and Sweeting have pulled away with a 3-second lead over the the third place number 32 machine of McWhorter, who has Johnson, Hall, and Yingling behind him. So yeah, 1 and 2 have pulled away.
And look at this. Joseph is back up to third now after falling back to 6th after Brian Johnson and Zach Hall got around him and Larry. And now he just went back around them.
Very interesting.
Yeah, again, track position. Chris Miller out there said it on Facebook, Lee. It's all about track position here, man. If you can hold your track position, it's so key here.
Going into one, the leaders exiting one with a close to 3-second lead at the moment. The 32 of McWhorter will be sitting in third position. Johnson in fourth, Hall fifth, Yingling in sixth, and Cedric Hunter's actually in seventh, but that's not who you see on your screen. No, sirree, it's not. It's the 21 of Nick Crawford, who didn't start tonight and threw us all off by just randomly appearing like a marathon runner no one saw.
Well, okay.
I watched a random YouTube video that had weird things in sports, and one of them was the random New York marathon runner that just kind of appeared in the last quarter mile, and nobody can remember seeing them. And yeah, that's Nick Crawford.
There it is, as he's getting around Larry. But to answer that to say that question over there on Facebook with Ken, you'll never see the Hello Kitty on a Chevy. I think he has a paint on a Chevy, but he won't run a Chevy. I think I've seen him run a Chevy one time. If anything, it's going to be a Ford or a Toyota that you'll see the Hello Kitty on.
Lap 30 of 125. Johnson in front of McWhorter now. Exiting four. And we're starting to look at some more of those pit windows to start opening up. Looks like Yingling's going to take it now.
Yeah, I was just ready to bring that up there, Lee. I think pit windows should be opening up here in the next 5 laps. And as you can see, Alex, Larry, they're all coming down now pit road.
Lap 30, the pit parade begins.
And I'm not saying it.
The pits just keep on happening.
I'm not saying it.
We'll see if we have one of those little get-togethers sooner or later, and there's something involved. Look at Crawford just pushing Zach Hall down the backstretch. Like, here you go, buddy. Let me help you out a little bit there. Nice to see Nick Crawford back. Been out the past couple of races.
Yes, he has. And his work schedule, as we got Chuck now coming down. Here comes Zach Hall, I believe, is coming in. So we are looking at about 30 lap stints here. About 30. We're on lap 32, so no more than 35 laps. I think they're going to get on fuel there, Lee.
Sweeting, Hall comes in. Cedric Hunter comes in. And that will be the 3 on the pit parade this time. 32 of 125. Levi Cox continues to lead. Brian Johnson now in second position. 3 seconds behind the leader. So Levi just took off and left everybody. As we see who might come in this time. It'll be lap 33 when we cross the line. And Johnson's going to come in. Johnson, the first one on this pit parade on lap 32. Cox and McWhorter will stay out. McWhorter now up 8 positions to second. Coley will come in. Coley, since everybody pitted, Coley was up to 6th. And now having to come in and pit. Dave Acacia will come in and pit. Jason Spear in the 02 will come in on this pit parade. On lap 32.
And Coley just overshot his pit stall.
Oh, man. We saw, was it McWhorter that did that last week? No, there was 3. McWhorter, Johnson, Cox, Hall, and Sweeting. Your top 6.
Man, I see about 8 cars that can win this race tonight. This is all going to come down to, if we stay green again, come down to the end of the race. If we're under a green flag run, It's going to become very, 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 very interestingly.
You know how much we like interesting stuff, man.
Yeah. So stick around because it's gonna get very interesting. And if a yellow comes out, well, then we do the famous, well, whatever we talked about is out the window.
Yep. Lap 54 of 125. Coming around 4. Johnson looking to the inside of McWhorter. Going to test his run down the front. Got it to the door. Nose to door. And he's going to take that second position. McWhorter's going to give it up there. Hall on the inside of Levi Cox for 4th. They're going to race off of 1. Coming into 2. Sweeting's going to come to the inside as well. Cox up on the outside. Acacia has now caught up, but he is running in 18th position.
Correct. He's 1 lap down. He made a pit stop on lap 50. So you're going to see old tires versus new tires. And look at this. Yeah, he's just going to fly right by everybody. Meep, coming through.
We need to give Dave a little Roadrunner horn.
There you go. That'd be cool.
Every time he's going to pass somebody. Meep.
Dude, set that up. Should I set that up on my soundboard?
It's almost like Rodrigo Loga.
There you go. Right.
Johnson looking to the inside. Coming into 1. He wants a bonus point. Johnson and Yingling for the lead now on lap 56. We come to 2. Johnson continues to ride on the inside. Nose to the tail end of Yingling. Down the back. McWhorter is going to follow Johnson. He's going to crisscross, go to the top side now. Yingling going to try to slide up there. McWhorter now down to the inside. McWhorter behind Yingling. Johnson to the top side. Acacia now up, running in 18th position, but setting behind the front 3. Coming into 4, and we're going to settle it back down. Let's see how they come out. And Johnson will not attempt a run on this one. Little contingents back there.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes again on 1. Going to try it down to the inside. Power move out of 1 is Yingling. Going to keep it high. McWhorter's going to keep it high. Acacia just bouncing around back there going, hi, guys. Out of 2. Johnson still to the inside, is going to lose the nose out of the way of Yingling. That didn't make any sense. Will not be on the replay.
Yeah, that's not going to be on the next week's replay. But, man, these guys, I mean, look how close these guys are running and clean. I mean, they are all over each other, Lee. They're dicing and they're slicing, but they're not making contact. I mean, it's like a hornet's nest just watching cars over here, up here, passing here. This is fun.
McWhorter into 2nd now. And he has been strong today. Looking to chase down Yingling. Johnson in 3rd. Hall will be in 4th with Acacia in the middle of him and Johnson. Cox will be 5th. Sweeting will be in 6th. John Mullins has moved up to 7th position. Cedric Hunter in 8th. Whitley 9th. Waverly will be in 10th. Bob Skinner at 11th. Bisson 12th. Gilmore 13th. Smith 14th. Colley 15th. Hackworth Jr. 16th. Spear 17th. Acacia, as we talked about, in 18th position. Cody Cox in 19th. Crawford will be in 21st after no show in the start. Across the line, Yingling will continue to lead as we are approaching almost the halfway point. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the great things about iRacing is the true immersion that it offers. And one of the things that can help bring that immersion to you is the Gamer2 from the ButtKicker. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at the ButtKicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast20. That's Freaky with 2 E's. FreakyFast20 at checkout for 20% off your order of the Gamer2 from the ButtKicker.com. As we get set to crank her up, we're going to jump inside with the number 67 of Larry Yingling leading this race, leading the race for the points championship of the regular season, and just an outstanding guy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's crank her up with Larry Yingling. McWhorter overtakes Yingling for the lead as we are on lap 64 of 125 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the World Series of Sim Racing here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We've been right along with the 67 of Larry Yingling, our points leader here in the regular season. This is the final race of the regular season for these guys as we will head to the playoffs next week, and the top 10 will be seeded from there. Your top 5 will be McWhorter, Yingling, Sweeting, Hall, and Cox. Brian Johnson will pull up in 6th. Mullins, Hunter, Whitley, and Swaverly round out your top 10. And Sweeting now going to pop to the inside and look to overtake Yingling for 2nd position. Zach Hall now to the backside of Yingling. Going to sniff the inside here going into 1. So I don't know if Larry burned up his tires in the front or if he just needs to cool them down a little bit and backing off. But Yingling slides back to fourth position. McWhorter is going to pull a 1.3 second gap over Sweeting. Lap 66 of 125. So we've got a few people out there watching on Facebook, and I don't ask for much. You know, I don't ask for donations. I don't have a GoFundMe set up. I don't ask for compliments, even though I make outstanding recap videos that show each and every week here on World Series of Sim Racing. I don't ask for free Mountain Dew, even though I probably should own stock in the company. But what I will ask for is everyone on Facebook, and especially everyone on the YouTubes. There's a little button that says follow, or it might say subscribe, depending on your platform. Just go on over to that button and click it. Just click it. Go over to the reaction buttons, especially on Facebook as I'm watching the live stream. And there's a thumbs up, there's a heart, there's a care, there's even a laugh, there's a cry, there's an angry. I don't know why you'd be angry at me. I'm a nice guy. But I'm asking each and every one of you to help out Mr. Robert A. Moyer Jr. and myself, and Freaky Fast Broadcasting in general, by subscribing and reacting to these videos. So that way the algorithm for Facebook and YouTube go, hey, this is stuff worth watching, and more people are going to get to watch. So I still haven't seen any reactions pop across my screen yet, which makes me oh, there's reactions. I was about to do the sad one because y'all are making me sad. But no, thank you so much, guys. Oh, another sad one. My bad. Accidentally hit it. Click those reaction buttons. It really does help out the network and helps us get the word out about all the great leagues that we like to broadcast here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Whether it's me and Robert in the booth, whether it's me and Zach Hall and Brian Johnson in the booth on Wednesday nights for Dirt Renegades. When we have guest hosts in the booth. We have a great time here each and every night. We love bringing you these races. So thank you guys so much for the reactions, for the likes, for the follows, for the subscribes, and make sure you share it with your friends. Let everyone know that Freaky Fast Broadcasting, this is where you want to watch a race. And you know what, Robert? From the time I've talked till right now, we've lost 2 viewers. Man, damn.
Oh, crap. They're probably saying, does that league guy ever shut up?
I mean, I was on a soapbox for 4 laps. It's less than our cranker up.
Oh, well. We do appreciate it, though.
Gonna be lap 69 of 125 when we cross the line of a quarter. Uh-oh. What happened to Levi Cox?
We have a yellow, and I don't know.
Is it the 02?
No, it actually looks like Alex is sitting in pit road. Yes. Something happened to Alex. Now, my data's not showing, but something. Oh, there it is. It finally popped up. Let's go back and see here. It looks like Bisson was involved. And let's see what happens. As,
Bisson just hit that wall again. Out of 1. Last time he tapped it out of 1 and then spun it in 2. This time he just... He popped it. He popped it pretty hard. It knew he was there. It thinks that the wall believes it owes Bisson money.
Oh, yeah. He slid up and... Ooh. Yeah, dude, man. Sparks all over the place. We're watching it live here on the replay on slow-mo. And then he goes all the way down. Misses the inside wall. He has her locked up and cranked here, Lee. But, man, he slides that thing.
So now Bree is having fun commenting on Facebook about Mr. Bisson.
Uh-oh.
I try not to say too much too often There are too many people. Oh, and most. You know what time it is, Robert?
What's that?
Pit party! Pit party here on lap 69 at Indianapolis as McQuarter, Hall, Sweeting, Yingling, Cox, Johnson, Mullins, Hunter, Swaverly, Whitley, Gitter, Smith, Hackworth Jr., Spear, Acacia all come down to pit road.
And what do we call that?
Man, I already did it. I'm out of breath.
Oh,
pit
dang.
party.
Okay. Oh, what the? I was
Pit
going to
party.
charm in there, but I was like, I don't want to get yelled at. I mean, I was just trying to keep it ramped up, but he ran out of breath, guys and ladies.
You got to remember, a broadcast is like a roller coaster. You got to have your ups and downs. You got to bring it up, and then you got to bring it back down. And I was on my down when you were still climbing that hill, man.
Now, Alex is out on chat. Apparently, he's going to be retiring maybe for the night, I guess, I would assume. So now we got a chat fight going.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's awesome.
Bisson said he had a rough night tonight waiting on the playoffs, and that is absolutely true. As we take a look at I don't know if you can pull them up, the playoff standings.
The points?
But Alex Bisson came in in fifth position, solid in the playoffs at 225. The top five came in way above 200 points. 225 for number 5, Alex Bisson. 237 for Hunter. 261 for Hall. 280 for Johnson. And 284 for Yingling. Sixth place of Joseph McQuarter at 192. So, yeah, Bisson just having an off night. Going to get ready for next week and the playoffs. And telling Bree to shh. Just shh.
Well, I do got the points up right now, Lee, here, so everybody can get the recap on where everybody's sitting at.
Yeah, McQuarter at 6th. As we said, Skinner in 7th, Whitley in 8th, Sweeting and Hackworth Jr. at 176 in 9th and 10th, Colley at 157 in 11th on the bubble. Right now, Colley is running in 17th position. Hackworth Jr. is up to 14th. So Hackworth Jr. is actually, James has played a pretty smart game here of I'm going to just kind of sit back. I'm going to just kind of ride this out and be prepared for next week. So the 23 of James Hackworth Jr. now coming out of the pits in the Wonder Bread machine. If you don't like Big Red. But looking to clinch that final playoff position here for World Series of Sim Racing.
So it looks like the next time they pitted on lap 69, so just say lap 70, roughly, give or take. They're going to be looking at pitting at lap 100. They can go they can go farther than 30 laps. So one more pit stop here, Lee, is around lap 100, give or take. Pit window's going to open. That will leave them around 25, 24, 23 laps to go. So again, it's going to come down to who makes that pit stop, who saves the tires, track position. So, but pace car's going to duck in here, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to get ready to go back. Green flag racing here on lap 71. Green flag is out. Boogity, 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 ladies and gentlemen.
Good start there by McQuarter, who has been strong, and as you talked about earlier, is an Indy guy. This is one of the tracks that he is a master at and has played this game perfectly here this evening. Zach Hall will be in second position. Yingling in third with Sweeting in fourth, looking to challenge on the outside. Cox will pull up in fifth position to the bumper of Larry Yingling as we go in to 3. McQuarter has pulled out a half-second lead over Zach Hall. Yingling will make the pass for third over Sweeting. Cox will settle in the fourth. Cox fifth, Sweeting fourth. Mullins, and then you've got Whitley and Cedric Hunter battling for 7th as we come down the front. Across the line, lap 73 of 125. Hunter looks like he will make the pass there on Whitley and settle into 7th position. And Joseph McWhorter running a great restart here off this. Continues to gain about 1/10 of a second every lap on Zach Hall right now.
I don't think he wants to try to get that far out, though, Lee. I mean, these guys are back here running, saving tires, but we're going to have to see. I just don't think he wants to be out that far, man. He's running faster laps than everybody else, but again.
Yeah, as we come across the line this time, McWhorter up 9 positions from his start. Runs his fastest lap of the race at a 51.870. The fastest lap of the race was Alex Bisson at a 51.63. So he's 0.2 a second off the fastest lap of the race.
Okay. Oh, we're all single file now here, all the way through the field again. And we're going to come back of driving style. Who can save tires? Who can save fuel? And don't make a mistake. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Love seeing the chat. Hey, Alex, make sure you hit that reaction button, buddy. I know you haven't yet.
Yeah, while you drive, just don't inconvenience yourself, but react now.
I don't think he's driving right now, so he can react.
Sorry, I was trying to send my daughter a text to get me another Mountain Dew.
Oh, there. Oh, wait. Oh, that's awesome. You can't hit the mute button, right, and yell. Look at the reactions go. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think somebody's cat's just walking across their computer now, but I'm good with that.
I mean, holy mackerel. We're up to 15 reactions tonight. 64 comments. 17 shares, Lee. Keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Love it. Thank you. Love it, love it, love it. All right.
75 of 125, 50 to go here at Indianapolis for the World Series of Sim Racing on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. McWhorter continue to look strong here on this restart. But as you said, is he going to eat those tires way too quick? Zach Hall in second. Yingling right behind him in third. Sweeney fourth. Cox will be in fifth. Mullins sixth. Hunter seventh. Whitley will be eighth. Johnson and Swaverly will round out your top 5. Let's talk about Yingling and Johnson. We got a third position for Yingling, a ninth for Johnson. Yingling has led a lap. He would win the regular season points championship if the race ended right now.
Oh, yeah. That's a storyline we didn't talk about, even though it kind of doesn't matter. But it is a storyline, though.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that just
matter.
Well, I mean, it's all good.
You get a bonus for winning the regular season, correct?
I think so. I don't think it's with racing a pole, winning a racing pole. I don't think so.
Finishing order has to give you some, especially for winning the regular season. We will get clarification.
Yeah, I apologize. That's my bad. We do too many leagues. I need to get this stuff written down.
You know me. If it ain't written down, I ain't gonna know it.
I know. I apologize to the fans out there watching. We'll get better at getting notes down to look at 100 of them.
I've almost got the ButtKicker and Gamer2. I've almost got that ad from memory now.
Wow! Look at the reactions. Oh my God!
Why are you angry? What did I do?
Anyways, back here, man, looking at Levi Cox, he keeps ducking out, going down the front stretch. I'm not sure if that's a strategy move or I'm not sure. He's a little bit behind Chuck there. I'm not sure if he's trying to cool the motor down. I don't think they got to worry about overheating here. But look at this. I said, Joseph got out far here, leading the race, and now we got Zach right up behind him.
right up behind McWhorter, man. They have cut down that lead. And as you talked about earlier, was it using too much of the tires? Or has Zach Hall just gotten faster? We're going to look at these lap times. McWhorter was running a 51.8. Just a few laps to go, and as we come across the start-finish line this time, McWhorter will run a 53.3 to Zach Hall 53.2. Coming out of 2. McWhorter will continue to lead, but Hall and Yingling looking strong. Dropping back through the field, let's look at the 64 of John Mullins. It's Mullins right there in a group with Whitley, Cedric Hunter in front of him, Brian Johnson right behind him. So this is the second pack behind the first pack.
Back here of Cedric Hunter. Yeah, he's back here. Not having a clean race. He does got damage. Never mind. He smashed the kitty. The kitty went meow.
The door rubbing and trying not to get into Whitley there, but still looking to overtake the position. Johnson now to the inside of Mullins, coming down the backstretch. Johnson will overtake Mullins, overtake Whitley. And it looks like going to go right on past Cedric Hunter as well and move up to 6th position.
I'm shocked to see Brian Johnson back here in 6th position. I guess he's not, guess Indy's not being nice to that 28 here tonight. As he's back here running in that second pack, like you said. We got basically like 3 different packs. We got a pack in the front. The top 5, they pulled away. You can see them up there a little bit. Then we come back here to the second pack, back here with the Cedric Hunter here lead. We got John, Richard, Mark, Bob Skinner back here running. Jason Spears, talked a little bit about him. He's back here running in the 3rd pack. Wow, look at the viewership. Love it, love it, love it. Again, thank you, everybody.
As we come out of 4, Zach Hall, now your leader. I completely missed that. Zach Hall, the leader.
Wow.
McWhorter will be in 2nd. Cox in 3rd. Yingling right behind him in 4th. Now Sweeting will fall back to 5th. Brian Johnson will be in 6th position and will be 3 seconds behind Chuck Sweeting. Out of 2. Yeah, looking at the our points, the way they're shaking out. We talked about that bubble of 10th and 11th. Brendan Colley and James Hackworth Jr. Hackworth Jr. in 16th position now. Colley in 15th. Colley did lead a lap, but with now on lap 80, about to be 83 of 125. I'm not sure there's going to be enough time for Colley to climb back in.
Yeah, something drastic needs to happen here as they're running, like you said, 15th and 16th position back here. James Hackworth is looking good right now. He's running his race. He's not going nothing crazy, and just needs to finish. That's all he needs to do is just finish the race now.
I'd like to say hello to everyone who joins us on the interwebs via the Wiffies. No matter where your Wiffies might be, it be at home, be at a restaurant with a mask on, be at an airport, in an airplane.
Apparently, we're trying to have a wedding.
You know, I am ordained in a minister of Klingon.
Alex wants to get married to somebody. I don't know who.
You know, sometimes it's better just to be ill-informed. Lap 84 of 125 coming out of 2. Zach Hall, last week's winner. You know, we haven't talked a lot about that. Zach Hall, his first win of the season at the Super Speedway of Daytona last week. And we talked about, and you saw it in the replay, the recap, the team driving by Category 5 there at Daytona last week was just, I mean, you could basically copy and paste a lot of that race into the textbook of how to work as a team.
Yes. Yeah, they got it. And now look at this. We're playing the snake move game here. Down the front stretch, down the back stretch. We're going left, we're going right. These guys are trying to break the draft and do everything they can to get as far as away from each other than they can. You only need 6 feet, guys, and you'll be okay. I mean,
as they come into 2, Hall continues to have about a 0.6 of a second lead over second place Joseph McWhorter. Levi Cox now looking to the inside of McWhorter going into 3. Sweeting's going to pull up a little bit now and make up some room. Going to 4. Cox to the inside of McWhorter looking to take that second position. Zach Hall will continue to lead. We'll be on lap 86 of 125 when we cross the line. Sweeting going to get behind Levi Cox and give him a little nudge across the start-finish line as we come into 1. Levi Cox will complete the pass of McWhorter.
looks like tires all leveled out now as we got McWhorter gonna look, maybe, nope. He's gonna go down this stretch here on the back stretch as Levi is gonna duck down low. He's doing the little, whoa, is he blocking? Whoa.
He blocked.
Yeah, he did.
Do the block on McWhorter on the back. And that allows Zach Hall now to pull out to an almost 1 second lead over Levi Cox. And, you know, that's one of the things that you got to watch too is now at lap 87 of 125, you know, memories are not that long. But when you're only looking at 40 laps to go, they're going to remember if you threw that block on lap 86 down the backstretch when it comes down, push comes to shove.
We got Ken out there that says Brian has some damage. It says Brian has some damage. Did we miss something somewhere?
We're going to take a look at the 28 of Brian Johnson. I see nothing on the left side. The back looks good. The front, I don't see any damage on the 28 of Brian Johnson.
Yeah, no, actually he does, Lee. On the right back corner panel is a little dented in there in the back tire. So it looks like he did the tail whip slappy because you can see it skewered the car a little bit.
You are correct, and good eye there by Kenneth Blackburn. Kenneth Blackburn. Oh, don't tell me. He's from somewhere. It's got the word castle in it. Newcastle, Minnesota, or something like that. Come on, Kenneth. Tell me I'm at least somewhere in the realm of reality.
I don't think that's who that is. I think it's Bill. That's from Newcastle.
I know. Okay. Well.
He put it in the wall 40 laps ago. Where have we been?
Where he was pushed into the wall 40 laps ago. So there's a difference between putting it in the wall and being pushed into the wall. Zach Hall continues with a second lead over Levi Cox. Sweeting has now moved to third, McWhorter fourth. Yingling will be in fifth position.
Well, I have to bust your bubble here, Lee.
Concho, Arizona. How in the world did I... There's a Newcastle person somewhere.
Bill.
Or
His name's Bill. Newcastle. Bill. Yes, it's from Bill.
Mr. Bill? Oh, no,
yeah,
Mr. Bill.
But I don't think Mr. Bill's in the chat here tonight yet.
Gotcha. Makes more sense that I'm mistaken, which is 98% of the time the proper answer is no, Lee, you're mistaken. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right. So, whoa, Joseph just got loose.
Joseph, ooh, man, be careful. Lap 89 of 125, about to go to 90. Robert, this lap is yours, sir, because I am out of Mountain Dew.
Oh, no. All right. Well, I'm going to take over the announcing here for right now as we come back here to the second pack here of John. In that 64, up 5 positions, running a good, clean race. Last week's top 3, finishing 3rd in Daytona International Speedway. Had a great run. With Brian Johnson running back here in, see here in 7th position. Not having a good night, but, you know, he's still out there plugging away here as we go back through the field. Let's see what's going on back here with Jason Spears running in 11th position, ladies and gentlemen. He's back here in that Verizon O2 vehicle, running a good run right now. Bob Skinner having a great run in top 10 here, right behind his teammate of Cedric Hunter in that Hello Kitty car. A little bit of the damage there, as we did see him scrape the wall a couple times here. Running in 9th, still plugging away, having a good run. Richard in that 38. He's got a little bit of damage in that Toyota. He's running up here in 8th position.
Holly Pitts on lap 85, still running in 16th position, but now up with our leaders and showing what fresh tires can do, sitting right behind the quarter.
Yeah, well, he didn't pit, like I said, that last yellow. Everybody pitted on lap 69. And he pitted on way back on like lap 32. So yeah, he had to come in, which again, we tried to figure out that strategy called what he was trying to do. Maybe it'll all work out. I'm not sure, but I'm sure, Lee, here we're going to see these guys here very shortly. I'd imagine probably in about another 10 laps. These guys should be
Johnson.
Yeah. Johnson in? Yeah. I'd say probably here with these leaders here with the next, what I was saying here from the viewers, I would imagine in a lap around 100, maybe 105, lap 105, they should be pitting, and that should be it. These guys can run this completely out unless we get a yellow, and like we said before, well, doesn't matter what we said then.
As we continue to just kind of individually bounce back through the field and kind of see what's going on. In 10th position, the 0-2 of Jason Spear, a newbie as far as I know, driving the Verizon car. I will recommend Verizon. They have been very good to us. Had Verizon for quite a long time.
I love this. We got co-announcers on Facebook. I mean, these guys are just letting us know what's going on. So why don't we just sit and listen to the chat, man?
Well, and I was speaking about Spear. He is coming down along with Whitley. So we got
and Larry.
Larry's coming down as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Yingling coming down. Lap 92, we're starting to see some more pit stops. So Spears, Waverly, Yingling, all down. Johnson came in on 91. It put Zach Hall in the lead.
And Mark just slid right in and crushed the... Oh, look at this pit stop.
Oh, man. Collie came flying by. Levi Cox is coming into the pits now.
I would push it as far as I can, Lee. I mean, I would just push it as far as you can. Get what you can out of your tires and fuel here, because I would imagine this is going to be the last pit stop for these guys. So this is make and break now.
Zach Hall gets a little squirrely. Coming Alpha 2.
So got Brandon going on the inside in that Pennzoil ZL1 Camaro.
And Collie pitted on 85, so his tires are just coming in real nice about now. Mm-hmm. He's having a nice comfy run. I want to see the difference in his speed versus Zach Hall. Let's see when they come around the line this time.
Don't matter.
Not going to be able to. Hall's going to pit. We'll do it against Sweeting. Let's see here.
Just call him Sweating.
54-1 to a 55-3, so 1.2 second difference between Sweeting and it's not Sweeting, it's Sweeting. Between Sweeting and the one of Brandon Colley.
I'm just trying to mess with you, man. I love you, man. I love you all.
No.
Romance a little bit. Okay, never mind. All right, back to the race.
If I see one daggum care emoji, I'm turning Facebook off.
Hearts, guys. Hearts. Show the love. Let's see it.
Chuck Sweeting will be your leader with a 1.5 second lead. Nope, take that back. A 7-second lead over number 2, John Mullins. Mullins moves up to second because we've had more people hit the pits. So Sweeting, Mullins, Smith, and Hackworth Jr. have not pitted. Sweeting will keep on going. He's going to stay out on this one. The 64 of Mullins will stay out. The 33 of Smith will stay out. And the 23 of Hackworth Jr. will stay out as well. So the top 4 now. And Hackworth Jr. has moved up to the 4th position. Now we know after the pits, he's going to shake back out in the field. Colley is sitting in 12th at the moment. So still very interesting there for the last person in.
All right, here we go. We have Alex Bisson joining us in the booth tonight. How you doing, Alex?
Hey, how you guys doing this evening?
Yeah, we're doing great. How you doing? How you enjoying the race? And what happened out there, buddy?
Can you believe that Joe just sped on pit road and now he's being held for 40 seconds?
Oh, my goodness. He had this race. I think this was his race.
He was very fast this evening. He was under the weather. He started this thing at 50%. He was running 120%. Guy speeds on pit road, and now he's holding for 40 seconds. He needs a caution, or it's game over, unfortunately.
Wow. So what do you take away? What happened out there tonight there, Alex, with your car? You were looking pretty strong, but it looks like you struggled a little bit in turn 2.
You know, I've never ran Indianapolis that much. It's not my track. I don't come here very often. I love Pocono. I enjoy Pocono a lot. This track is a lot like it. You know, turn 2. Not my night tonight, but that's okay. You know, this playoffs, we got 4 races here. That's going to be crazy. You guys are going to have so much fun watching these races. We got 4 of those, and it's going to be crazy, all 4 for sure. Lee, how are you enjoying this race tonight? Is it crazy or what?
You know, this is one of those races that it comes down after the pit, seeing everyone kind of shaking out where they're going to line up at. You know, we've watched people run quickly at the beginning of the runs and have that short run car and not really have anything for the long runs. We've seen different drivers that have those long run automobiles. So it's really going to be interesting now as we come to lap 99 of 125 when Sweeting comes across the line this time. So about 26 more laps to go. What will be the strategies as most pit stops were made around that 90-92 mark? Sweeting is going to come in this time. It's going to leave Mullins and Smith out as the only 2 cars that did not pit since lap 90.
So my opinion here is if you can make it on fuel, which the fuel run is about 38 to 39 laps. I think you can make 40, but that's going to be with a little bit of saving here and there. 35 is where we all wanted to pit. I was thinking 30, 30, 35, make it to the end. It didn't happen. So the fuel run's 40 laps. They can make it. The question is track position. If you can start blocking somebody underneath you and that high line really comes into play. The high line is fast in turn 2 and 4 because that run out of the corner, it'll give you the run into 1 and 2. So it's important up there. With that being said, it's going to be track position. I'm telling you, if you can get into pit road nice and fast and hard and get out of pit road fast and hard the same way and gain maybe a second and a half, that translates a ton in the long run. So I'm looking forward to making aggressive pit stops. I'm looking forward to see where everybody plays out here. And literally with, 25 to go, 24 to go, we're going to see how the tires come into play. 10 to go is going to be very interesting. I think you guys are going to have a blast with 10 to go.
Mullins will stay out and continue to lead. So we look behind him as what we will find out in the next 25 laps. Yingling is sitting in second position. Levi Cox in third. Zach Hall will be sitting in fourth. Brian Johnson in fifth. Now, when we look at our differentials, Levi Cox, 0.8 of a second behind Larry Yingling. Zach Hall is 4.4 seconds back. Brian Johnson, 6.8. So we've got some gap here between Yingling and Cox. And it's just when is Mullins going to come in and take that pit stop? Last one was on lap number 69. When's he going to pit and put Larry Yingling in that position, and we go to the finish?
He's got to do it before lap 110, I'll tell you that. We're getting down to crunch time. He doesn't have much more fuel in that tank. And I will tell you right now, Larry is no joke. I'm telling you, Larry has some skill, some talent. Something about iRacing that people don't understand is you have to be a crew chief and a driver. And Larry is very, very good at that. He understands what the tires are going to do if he pits a lap early. On the first green flag stop there, I actually pitted with Larry. I think Larry has a very good strategy coming in early, getting those fresh tires and making up a second a lap. I'm telling you, that track position is really going to come into play. It's going to be a hard time for Levi. I'm going to say something here, and it's going to be a little controversial. Levi could use a win. He could use all the points he can get, and Larry and Levi are friends. I would like to see what happens if Levi does get to the back of Larry. I would like to see if Larry maybe gives him the spot and maybe the W. Larry, he's won a couple times this year. He could afford to give a friend a win tonight.
Yeah, Levi sitting in 14th position, so the win would be nice, but wouldn't do anything for the playoffs. And as we look at the playoffs, Brandon Colley sitting in the 13th position, Hackworth Jr. down to 15th, but just not enough there, even with leading a lap. It doesn't look like Brandon Colley is going to make it into this season's playoffs.
So I feel for that guy. That guy has put the time in. He's put the effort in. Colley is a guy that's trying his hardest. I swear to goodness here. We did telemetry last night. I wanted to see what his line was compared to my line. To be honest, we have a driven telemetry whole deal going on. We do our best. So it was good to learn what he's doing compared to us. And he's learned a lot. I think Colley, I'm going to be honest, I think his downside is his steering wheel. He uses a lower end wheel. And what the telemetry showed was the force feedback and all that. It made a big difference. And hopefully he's smart. He has the racing IQ. He knows what to do. Unfortunately, it's going to be tough to make the playoffs tonight for that guy. But if he learned anything this season, it was that the things he's doing on track can be improved. He's improving, and unfortunately, I'd give him the most improved player of the year because that kid has put the time in and put the effort in for sure.
Mullins will pit on lap 101 as we cross the line. It'll be lap 104. Cox is now overtaking Larry Yingling for first position and pulled out a 0.3 of a second lead. Zach Hall will be in third, a second and a half behind them. Brian Johnson in fourth, 8.2 behind.
Robert, how's this run doing for you? What are you thinking about here, Robert? Give me your opinion.
My opinion is I think it's all going to come down to just saving tires and just not mess up now for these top, 6, 7 guys up here running. That's basically the same. What you just explained, Alex, is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's all about tires and the driving style now, and who can make it to the end and who's going to save the tires. Because it's not about fuel anymore. We're down to 22 laps. I think they got enough to make it on fuel.
They do. And to be honest with you, with Larry and Levi being good friends here, I think the battle's going to be great. They're going to put on a show for us. I think Larry saves a little bit of tire here and comes after Levi. But Levi deserves a win, man. He's had a long season, and he was last season.
Get closer
man,
to your
great.
mic.
Oh yeah, sorry. Last season Levi was great, and Levi deserves a win. It's been a long time for him. This season's been a little rough. I like Levi. He's quality racing, man. His IQ is phenomenal, and I know I talk a little bit about racing IQ, but it really comes into play. These guys are so good that when they put themselves into sticky situations and you put yourself into a sticky situation, they understand everything happening around them. They understand how to read their mirror at the same time as getting into the corner and their line, and it's a beautiful thing, man. It doesn't look like art tonight. It's very spread out and all that, but I'll tell you what, this is an art form that not many people can quite get their heads around. These guys are phenomenal. I mean, we're talking about Larry Yingling here. He has a plus 6,000 I rating. That's rare in iRacing, man. That's top 5 percentile. You're maybe top 3 percentile. You know, we're racing with some of the best guys in the world here, so it's a blast, man. The smarts that these guys have is phenomenal to be a part of. I love every second of it.
Well, considering that I drove with Kali this week and a few others in a fixed setup car, and they put me down by like 2 seconds. Yeah, they can drive good.
Yeah, and like I said, Kali's learning a lot. He's doing great out here. And I'll tell you, these lead guys, there's a reason why they're up here all the time. You know, Levi's fast, man. Levi's beautiful at this. Zach's fast. Cedric's fast. All these guys are really good, man. It's a blast to be in here. I mean, World Series of Sim Racing is a league that promotes great racing, and we do our best here. And tonight was a mess for me, and I'm sorry. I even put it in reverse to try to get off the track and get out of there before the yellow came out. So I apologize. I'm the POS of the night. I'll take that award and raise it above my head. But these guys are amazing, man. I love racing with them on Saturdays. What a blast.
Lap 107 of 125, Levi Cox looking for his first victory of the season. Larry Yingling riding in second, Zach Hall third, Chuck Sweeten in fourth, Brian Johnson in fifth position. Cedric Hunter, Richard Swaverly, Bob Skinner, John Mullins, and Jason Spear will round out your top 10s. Let's talk about Skinner, the number 82, sitting in 8th position. Bob Skinner is up 12 positions from the start and is running an outstanding race here tonight. Yeah, a lot of the Cat 5 guys have run, Cedric Hunter's running in 6th position, but Skinner, not as good of a qualifying effort as he was probably looking for, but up 12 positions and running fairly strong here on lap 108.
So, Alex, would you like to stay in the booth with us here tonight, or would you like to go back up with your team and finish out this race?
No, I'll stay here.
Okay.
I have a blast with you guys. But
All right.
I am a little bit behind, I will say that. But I will say this, Bob Skinner, I gave him a lot of issues tonight. I ran him very hard for no reason, and I learned a lot about Bob and how he drives, and he is one of he's great out there, man. I gained his respect tonight, and he gained mine. We had a blast out there. He's a hell of a driver for sure.
Yeah, Mr. Skinner up 13 positions now to number 7. Levi Cox will continue to lead with Yingling in second, 1.3 seconds behind him. So Cox is really pulling out from Larry Yingling. Zach Hall is 1 second behind Yingling. So nothing there challenging. And if Levi Cox can keep this pace, he can come away with the victory tonight. His fastest lap, 51.584, was on lap number 95. So he has been hauling ever since he got finished with his pit stop on 93. This lap was a 55.074, 55.2 for Yingling, 54.9 for Zach, 54.2 for Chuck, and 55.3 for Brian Johnson. So, yeah, Levi Cox still the fastest car out there.
Zach's a sneaky tonight. I think Zach has a car that's capable of winning. He's just riding along. I wonder, if Levi's running a little hard, Larry's giving him enough space to mind his own business here. But I'll tell you what, Zach is quick. Zach is definitely quick.
So Alex, do you have a boom mic, or you got a headset?
No, I'm awful, dude. I got a headset. I'm one of the cheapos here. I wish I could get a boom mic, and I might get a boom mic after I understand how terrible this mic is. And I appreciate you guys pointing it out, because I hate it too. I'm mad about it also.
I'm not saying that it sounds bad. It's just it's hard to keep a headset mic especially if you're used to driving it and not being as important right there on it. But no, I actually started off. If you go back to my very first broadcast of y'all's league, it was week 1. That was my first broadcast ever with Freaky Fast, and I used my little El Cheapo $49 headset mic. Listened back to the broadcast after we were done, and immediately bought my first boom mic. And I tried to go the cheap route on that one. Listened to the next broadcast after I got that one. It sounded better, but not good. And then I went ahead and invested in the one I have now. It's not uber expensive, and it's not a preamp. It's still a USB, but I love my little microphone.
I just paid off my Best Buy credit card. Why not throw some more money onto it? You know, what do we say? We gotta,
You don't want to spend a lot of money, Alex? Just get a Blue Yeti. That's what I'm using. Boom mic, Blue Yeti, and that's it.
Gosh, Robert, Blue Yetis are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful mics here. I'd like to see Larry's actually closed up, it looks like. Am I wrong?
Larry is now, let me get back to that.
Yes.
1.1 behind Levi Cox.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong, I guess.
That was more like a 1.516. So he's caught up about a half a second. Now it's at a 0.9. So yeah, cutting about 2 to 3/10 of a second off a lap. We're going to watch as we come by this time and see what those lap times are actually looking like. And is Larry Yingling going faster? Levi Cox just going slower. 55.441 to a 55.419. 55.172 for Zach Hall. And that goes right into what you were talking about, Alex, with Zach Hall having a strong car and being very good on this track.
He's definitely what I consider a sleeper. He's been fast all night. I started up front when he went by me. I was doing my own thing, but he seemed very happy behind the wheel of that thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a factor, in a couple laps here.
Lap 113 of 125. We're starting to get down to that 10 to go. And Levi Cox will continue to lead, now pulling out to 1.2 seconds over Yingling. Sweeting has moved up to 3rd position, has passed Zach Hall. Hall goes to 4th, Johnson in 5th.
These cars get very, very tight as these tires get older. I haven't heard anybody really complain about a loose race car where the back end there kicks out coming out of the corners. It really pushes the nose coming out, as you can see by me hitting the wall twice there. But I had a real issue fighting tight. Everybody's been talking about fighting tight. With these last 10 laps and no pit stops, you're running a little low on fuel. The nose weight is even more because you've burned fuel off. I'm very interested to see how people come out of the corners and where the runs are. Down those long straightaways is where you're going to see the big runs come. So.
And I'm shocked you're saying that, because with the track temperature, Alex, I would have thought the car would have been a little bit more freer for the guys out there.
It was a unique feel, the first 10 laps was pretty loose and you could really abuse the car and throw it in. After those 10 laps, once the tires went away, the nose really started to push, and you had to back off very early and plan your runs coming out of the corner. And when it comes to planning runs, you got to start thinking 2, 3, almost a lap ahead sometimes to plan where you're going to get the big run out of the corner. So it takes a little bit of thinking here, but if the car is really too tight, it's really hard to get good drive out.
Coming out of 4, Levi Cox continues to lead. Yingling 2nd, Sweeting 3rd, Hall 4th, and Brian Johnson in 5th position. We are at 10 to go. a 1-second lead between first and second place for the moment. Now we're going to start seeing some moves being made. When you get to that 10 laps, Alex, it seems like that's when plans start going into motion. So we might start seeing some movement by Zach Hall. We might start seeing some movement by Bob Skinner. Might start seeing some movement out of Chuck Sweeting, who is now up to third position. This is when I believe things are going to get a little bit more tossed to the wind, and just to see, where they can finish this race at, what they can put these cars through, keep them on the track, but gain as many positions as possible heading into the playoffs.
Correct, and don't count out a caution either. When I hit the wall and spun down the track, I was well off the racetrack, and it still threw a caution. I would like to see this go green all the way. I'd like to see this pit strategy play off. Worst case scenario, we have a yellow, but how exciting would that be to bring all that pit strategy in? We still have a long way to go. 9 laps is essentially about 8 minutes around this place, and 8 minutes is a long, long time for people to sit behind the wheel.
So we start looking at our bunches here. We've got Zach Hall and Hackworth Jr. Together. Behind them, the next closest bunch is going to be the 82 of Skinner, who has got McQuarter in front of him. The 38 of Swaverly is right there, along with Mullen. So there's a little group there. The 02 of Jason Spear is right along with Jonathan Smith in front of him. Acacia is behind him, and then number 20. So as we look around, we've got some little clusters where if things wanted to go south, we got enough people that could. Sweeting is now pulled to the back side of Larry Yingling and looking to maybe overtake him for that second position. Looks like he has started to make his move.
Chuck, if I'm not mistaken, is actually very close for these playoff points. I'd like to know exactly where he is in the standings. I don't have it pulled up immediately, but if I'm not mistaken, he's running for some points here, so a good finish would really help him out for sure.
Chuck is in 9th position with 176 points, tied with the 10th place James Hackworth Jr., and that is the cutoff. So, yeah, Chuck is looking to better himself in the playoff hunt.
He qualified second, if I'm not mistaken. I think he qualified in front of me there, so
yep.
He's actually done very well this race, and he's another sleeper that, we don't really think about much. Chuck Sweeting, he's, like you said, 9th in points, without a win, if I'm not mistaken, but he's fast, man. I usually battle with him in the top 5 all the time. He's usually there.
Sweeting behind Yingling coming down the back chute on lap 119 of 125 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the World Series of Sim Racing on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Lee Tidwell being joined in the booth by Mr. 95, Alex Bisson, and Robert Moya as we get set to head to playoffs next week for the league. And, we've just wrapped up the Daytona Road Course, and then we said, why not just hang out another week and do the Daytona Oval? And now here we are at Indy. But when we get into the playoffs, we're looking at like Martinsville and some of these tracks where we're going to see some old school racing going on.
You might see some angry people in the next 4 weeks. That's for sure. Martinsville, I think, if it, like you said, starts the playoffs off, I think, and you're gonna see mad people there. That's for sure. I might be one of those, and I'm excited because what a fun track to start a playoff 4 races. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we go to Martinsville and then Talladega or something weird.
With Charlotte.
No, Charlotte.
And then Pocono. And then
Pocono,
North Wilkes-Barre.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. North Wilkes-Barre. Okay. Yes. North Wilkes-Barre is a disaster. I don't know anything about that place. I wasn't born in the 80s, all right? I don't know nothing about nothing. But I will say I'll put some laps in there.
Yeah. We're looking at Martinsville, July 18th. It's going to be the playoff 250 laps, sunset tonight. Then we go to Charlotte, July 25th. Sunset tonight, 167 laps. Then we go to Pocono. It's going to be a noontime race, August 1st, 125 laps. And then we round out a sponsored race at noon, August 8th, with spit it out. But anyways, 250 laps. So we got a short track. We got a mile and a half. We got a 2-mile track. And what is North Wolfsburg? Mile, half track?
It might be a little shorter than a mile. I will say this: it looks like this top 3 is tightening right up. And I will say real quick, if that's a sponsored race, I'd like to know how much money I'm gonna win when I go there, and how much money I'm gonna need to throw in to match that, because I would love to help out that sponsored race. Let's figure out the end of this and go from there. This is gonna be good.
We'll find out for the playoffs. So stay tuned, everybody. As we got 4 laps to go, I am gonna head it over and hand it off over to my good buddy Alex and Lee Tidwell to finish out these 4 laps here at Freaky Fast Broadcast.
4 to go out of 2. It's going to be Cox in the lead, Yingling in second, Sweeting in third. That is your battle at the moment. 4th position will be Zach Hall. 5th will be Brian Johnson. Hall is 4.2 seconds behind this front group, needing to make up some room, and I don't think he's got enough time. We come out of 3 now with Cox still in the lead. Yingling is going to be sitting behind him at about 0.4 of a second, with Chuck Sweeting creeping up to the back of Yingling. As they come down the front stretch, it's going to be 3 to go. And you can see Chuck Sweeting dipping and dodging, and now going to the high side of Larry Yingling. Going to try to make a run into 1. And Sweeting now going to thought he was going to dip down to the inside, did not have the momentum down the front stretch. But Alex, you can see now that Chuck is starting to pick his poison.
You know, the high side is preferred for passing, surprisingly. If you can get to the person's right rear in the short chute, in between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you can almost get the run every single time coming out of the corner down the long straightaways. So the goal is to pass on the outside down the long straightaways for sure.
We come out of 3. Cox will continue to lead. You can see Yingling and Sweeting staying right there behind them. It will be 2 to go this time across the line. And we're looking at less than half a second between 1st and 3rd.
So much. It's so close. I love it. I love how close this is. It's been a long race. Let's be honest.
There's a caution.
Oh no. Now I'm a little behind you. I'm still green flag racing off into turn 1 and 2 here. Okay, but that makes me so excited to hear you say that, I swear.
Oh man, there was a caution. Robert, did you happen to catch who it was?
I'm waiting for my data to show up, and it looks like it was Joseph. Let's go back on the replay and see what happened here. As we watch Joseph coming down, not sure what turn he is, right behind Cedric Hunter. Looks like they're going down the back stretch. Yeah, okay.
Oh, he got tapped by the 38 of Swaverly. It looks like Swaverly came up quickly.
Oh, no. Oh, he got blocked by Cedric Hunter really, really hard going down, and that caused Joseph to slow down. And, yep, right. And the 38 got right into the back of him, what you're saying there, Lee.
Okay, see it now. Yep, coming out of 2, Hunter comes down and actually taps the fender of McQuarter down the backstretch, throwing the block. And then Swaverly had nowhere to go when McQuarter had to get on the brake. So we're going to go green-white checkered here at Indy with the World Series of Sim Racing. And the person that is kicking and screaming at the moment is Levi Cox, Larry Yingling, and Chuck Sweeting. As now you've got Zach Hall and Brian Johnson going to be able to start right there behind them on a 2-lap shootout.
I have to get live here, boys. I'm coming back into the session. I won't join the car, though. I won't get into that wrecked piece of junk that we got there in the Sin and Pit Road. But I got to go live. I have to be live with you guys. I am excited for these last couple laps. Goodness gracious.
Do you pit or don't you pit? I mean, these guys are...
No, you don't pit.
Oh,
You're on some old tires there, Lee, though. You got some dirty rubbers on that bad boy. Come on.
Yeah, they're coming in. Do they come in? Yes, they do. Oh, good call, everybody. Good call.
So
tires.
On lap 125, right before the green-white checker, we have a pit party! Is everybody going to come down? Cox, Yingling, Sweeting, Hall, Johnson, Mullins, Hunter, Swaverly, Skinner, Smith, Spear, Acacia. All of them come down and pit here before we go green, white, checker. As that shakes everything up, who is going to stay out?
James Hackworth pitted on lap 99.
He's just rode around this entire time.
Lap 99, you're going to have some tired tires there. Haha. But I will say this. Track position is big. He might be able to gain 3-4 spots, which might secure him into that 10th place spot in the standings. He's racing for points here. He has to sneak in.
Can I throw a monkey wrench into this, ladies and gentlemen, and Alex and Lee? We have Zach Hall and Brian Johnson took 2 tires.
No. The whole Cat 5 strategy. Zach Hall, Brian Johnson, Cedric Hunter, and Bob Skinner come out 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, they took 2 tires.
Let me tell you about Phoenix with 2 tires, boys. How do you feel about Phoenix with 2 tires? I didn't feel good about it, and it didn't work out well. I'm very interested to see who is in 5th. I'm not quite sure yet, and I'd like to see if those 4 tires can sneak underneath them down the back straight and gain a lot of spots here.
Levi Cox will be in 5th. Yingling 6th, Mullins 7th, Swaverly 8th, Spear 9th, and Jonathan Smith will round out your top 10.
I'm so
This is going to be...
This is a great time. Oh.
Yeah. This is one of those kind of finishes where you just kind of sit back. You take a big deep breath. You make sure you got a good drink of your Mountain Dew before it starts, because you got to aerate the esophagus in order to be able to scream as loud as you need to do with the green white checkered here at Indy for the World Series of Sim Racing.
I think Roberts drank too much Mountain Dew tonight. It's putting him to sleep with all that ADD. I don't know nothing about nothing, but we got a green white checker. We got 3 green white checkers here. We might have 3 restarts, and they could be all chaotic because every foot counts here. You know, diving into the corner, it's gonna be like Pocono. You might see 4 wide going into turn 1 here. These guys need points. I'm excited. I was lucky enough to be able to sneak in the race before and get enough points where I didn't have to finish too much. But some of these guys really need points. I'm super excited to see what happens.
Coming down the backstretch in front of the pace car, or behind the pace car. In front of them would be bad. Zach Hall, Brian Johnson, 1, 2. Cedric Hunter, Bob Skinner, 3, 4. We talked last week at Daytona about the strategy of Cat 5 and the win by Zach Hall, with them taking up the top 4 positions. They could almost throw a roadblock for the rest of the field.
Cat 5 is strong. Lee, you're not an incorrect human. Those guys are fast. They're hard to break up. You know, you saw at Daytona, they were strong together. They worked together. I was thankful to get pushed as hard as I did. You know, I wouldn't have been there. I had no teammates up there. I was by myself. So it was great to get a push from all them. We're going green here. I'm pumped. This is going to be so much fun, guys. Let's watch what happens off into 1 and 2 here for sure.
Pace car comes off. You hear the engines revving up. Here we go. Zach Hall will quickly get on. Cedric Hunter will follow him. Johnson and Skinner to the high side. Levi Cox and Yingling will be sitting 5th and 6th as we go into 1. Skinner's going to come down in front of Cox, throw the block there, but Cox is going to have a run on him here going into 2. Zach Hall will take off, will be in first position. Cedric Hunter in 2nd. Johnson is falling backwards now, as so is Skinner. Cox has moved up to 3rd, Yingling in 4th as we go into 3. It got some moving and shaking going on. Cox is sniffing the inside there of Cedric Hunter. And he looks like he's going to get him here coming out of 4.
It's going to be a good race. This 1 lap to go. We're coming to the white flag here. And he's got 4 fresh tires against 2. Zach's fast. I'm telling you, that guy's good. But Levi has been in the lead this whole time.
3/10 of a second separate 1 and 2. Zach Hall into 1. Levi Cox will be into second. Yingling in third. Cedric Hunter fourth. Johnson will be in fifth as we come out of 2. As Alex mentioned, it's 2 tires versus 4. As Cox tried the power move there on the outside, comes to the backside of Hall. Hall's going to throw the block on the inside. Cox going to come to the top side. Yingling. Hall's trying to block them both. Yingling to the top, Cox to the bottom. We go into 3. Zach Hall into the inside. Throws the block on Cox. Yingling trying to power on the outside out of 3. We come into 4 at 3 wide. Cox on the inside. Hall will be in the middle. Cox makes the pass. And now it's going to be Cox and Yingling to the line. They door touch. On the gas, we come across the line.
Oh, he wrecked! No, no!
They hit him and Yingling will come away. Third victory of the season for Larry Yingling. Brian Johnson will be in second as he raced his buddy Zach Hall. Mullins in fourth, Swaverly in fifth. Wow.
Larry did that on the outside. Larry made that move every corner on the outside, and he passed everybody. If you're going to tell me that iRacing does not promote highline racing, you're wrong. I can show you a video of that right now. That guy came on the outside, powered by Levi, and it was, off a drag race to the line. What a beautiful finish. Goodness.
Wow.
Oh.
Gotta say my famous words is wow. I don't know what to say. Jesus.
What a win for Larry Yingling. His third win of the season. He will walk away with the regular season points championship and be looking pretty as we head to the playoffs at Martinsville next week.
I don't think Levi Cox will be an angry person this evening. He raced so hard with his teammate to the end. I think you will find a happy Levi. You're going to find a very happy Larry. And I want you guys to enjoy these interviews. It's going to be a blast from the top 3. I want you guys to have a great night. We got some UFC fights this evening. It's starting. So you guys have a great time. Thank you for putting me in the booth for real. You guys are phenomenal people. Seriously, thank you. Enjoy the evening, and you guys have a great night.
Thank you,
too.
Alex.
Thank you, and I will move you back into your room. You have a great night, Alex, and God bless you, man.
Praise you guys. Thank you so much for the work you guys do.
Thank you. That's Alex Vinson joining us for the final, about third of the race or so, but Larry Yingling comes away with the victory. What we're going to do now, Robert, we're going to throw it to a quick break and come back and talk to our top 3 finishers, Larry Yingling,
Brian Johnson, and Zach Hall.
Zach Hall. I was just making sure my telemetry was right. We'll be back with those 3 drivers in just a moment here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting in the World Series of Sim Racing. And back here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting with the World Series of Sim Racing, we bring up our third place finisher this evening, last week's winner, and ran a heck of a race tonight. The number 5 of Zach Hall. Zach's leading the booth. You got a copy, sir.
Yeah, I got you, man.
So, I mean, you ran a very smart race from start to finish. You know, picked your poison, made excellent decisions on pitting and everything except for maybe that final decisions. It looked like all the Cat 5 guys took 2 tires, where everyone else took 4, and then we had a race to the finish. Tell me about that last decision.
Well, that was a team decision. We were on the lead lap and we were right there. I just knew I didn't have the straight line speed. I had some damage. I'm really frustrated with myself because I ran a great race tonight. I had the pace definitely during that one run. I had about 10 seconds of damage all night, and then I hit the wall running them down there at the end. got about another 30 seconds, so the straight line speed was going, so I was like, 2 tires, gotta take 2, that's the only way. And yeah, it was really loose. But I tried to hold the guys off. I got into Larry, I think it was a little neck code too, but I was plowing when I entered that low down there with them 2 tires, the left sides were dead. So it was plowing, it was loose, it was everything, but it was wild right there to the end, I'll tell you that.
Well, and speaking of the end, you know, we saw Larry and Levi Cox battling for the lead, for the win, actually, getting into each other. Levi comes spinning out, and then it comes down to you and Brian racing to the finish line, and it looked like Brian might have threw a block on you.
I threw a block on him. I mean, I was getting loose coming out of 4 because we entered there 3 wide. I just got really loose and had no speed coming out of 4 there. And I was just watching them guys in front, and then Brian was coming. I tried to block him, and then it was way too late. If I would have blocked him anymore, we'd have wrecked, each other. And then I saw Levi off. I don't even know what happened. I got to look back at that. But they hit or something. They were wrecking down low, and I was like, whoa, I got third. So came out pretty good. Just really overall happy with the pace tonight. The pace was actually really, really good. Probably the best race I've ran in a year or so.
So we are ending the regular season tonight, about to head to the playoffs in Martinsville. You came in in 3rd position. We'll exit tonight, entering the playoffs in 3rd position. What do we get to look forward to at Martinsville in the playoffs here with World Series of Sim Racing?
Oh man, it's gonna be a battle. That track, if it drives like it did last time we ran some laps there about a month or 2 ago, I feel pretty confident. It's kind of in my wheelhouse. That's one of my favorite tracks. Robert knows that. I love Martinsville. It's really one place I look to go and try to get that win. And if I can go there and win next week, that'll be huge to get the points made back up from these guys having the playoff points. But should be 3rd starting the playoffs. It's going to be a tough 4 weeks, but we got Martinsville, Charlotte, Pocono, and then North Wilkesboro. There's 2 wild cards there with the 2 short tracks. Anything can happen at this point. So really just got to carry my confidence from the night, because I ain't ran that good in a long time. It felt good to lead tonight, actually, a real pace.
Awesome, and another outstanding job there, sir. So it's shout out time. Anyone you want to say hello to out there?
Yeah, first off, shout out to you guys up in the booth. Man, I'm drenched. I literally haven't soiled this much in a long time racing, so I hope it was interesting at least for you guys to watch, because I was working my butt off in there trying to get the win tonight. I really felt like I was determined to do it. But my teammates, as always, too, Brian, Cedric, Bobby, they always motivate me and keeping me up and saying I got it there at the end, and they were helping me. They went on the same strategy as me, so great teamwork as always. And the guys that raced up front, it was a really good race up there. Chuck was super fast, Levi was super fast, Larry was super fast. So was Joseph. Unfortunately sped for him. He was right there with me, and it was just a great night overall for the league. So thanks to everybody out there in the league.
Thank you, sir. And we'll see you next week at Martinsville in the playoffs. That is Zach Hall, the number 5 machine, headed to the playoffs and coming in 3rd position here this evening. As we bring up our 2nd place finisher, Mr. Brian Johnson. Brian is leading the booth. You got a copy, sir?
I sure do. What's up, Lee?
And so I thought you was just kind of hanging back until Chad actually pointed out that you had some right side rear damage about 40 laps in. Did that affect your race any tonight?
Oh, it most definitely did. Early in the race, I was kind of hanging back, trying to save tires, see what it would do later in the run. But then, I had a 20 car on fresh tires come up behind me, and then I give him the inside, and he decides to go straight in the corner, and I get slammed into the wall. So, at that point, it was just trying to grab what we could, and luckily, the way, that late race caution was able to grab 2 tires and try to fight for whatever we could. So, I'll take 2nd. I would have liked to have tried to get Larry with the points, but just didn't work out tonight.
Yeah, and we talked to Zach about it as well, the team strategy of the 2-tire stop there at the end. Didn't necessarily pay off with the victory, but with you and Zach coming in 2nd and 3rd, that did pay off with positions there. But the race in front of you guys, they're coming out of 4 between Larry and Levi Cox. Man, they were battling to the line, door touching. Levi falls down, and then Zach throws the block on you coming out of 4. What'd you think about that from your teammate?
I mean, I knew he was probably going to do that, and so it was just a matter of trying to be quicker, going down further, towards the pit wall than him, and so was able to do that. And luckily, he didn't trap me behind Levi when he came back across the track. Barely missed Levi, but yeah, I mean, blocking is especially this track is something that you do. I mean, I threw a couple tonight, so track position and being in clean air is so important that you got to do what you got to do to keep that guy behind you.
So now you couldn't overcome Larry, as he did come away with the victory and the regular season points championship. We move on to the playoffs now in Martinsville, and it's a whole new ball game. What we got to look forward to for the next 4 races.
I mean, it's going to be pretty cutthroat from here on out. I think, as far as myself, I've given guys a little bit extra room throughout this season. Just trying to be safe and make it to the end. But with the playoffs, I think that room might be a little bit more hard to come by, especially going to Martinsville. I mean, we go from 2.5 mile track to a half a mile track, and Martinsville always puts on good racing. So I feel pretty confident there. But there's Larry, Levi, Brandon. If he shows up, he's going to be tough to beat, and always Zach. It's hard to beat Martinsville. So it's going to be good these last 4 weeks. It's going to be good.
Awesome, sir. Anybody like to give a shout out to?
Just as always, all the fans that tuned in to watch our race tonight, we appreciate it. You guys up here in the booth putting on a great show for all of them. And then all the league drivers and the league admins that put this thing on week to week. We got a good thing going, and we want to keep it up.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. Congratulations on second in the points, and good luck next week at Martinsville for the first round of the playoffs.
All right, thank you, Lee.
And that was baby driver himself, Mr. Brian Johnson, joining us in the booth, coming in second tonight. We're going to bring up the 3-time winner, the regular season points winner, and the victor tonight, Mr. Larry Yingling. Larry, it's Lee in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Barely.
Oh, I can talk louder for you, sir. Great race tonight. It's always fun at Indy, and it's always fun watching the World Series of Sim racing. And that green-white checker, we saw Cat 5 taking 2 tires. Everyone else took 4. Is that what made it able to for you to be able to get around the 4 individuals in Category 5?
Oh yeah, I was when I was in the pit road, I was just watching Brian in my mirror. I knew he probably was going to take 2, but with the tire fall off about 4, maybe 5 seconds right before that caution, I knew 4 tires no matter what I had to do.
Yeah, and I mean, you powered on the outside too. That's one of the things about it with the extra tires, is you could see the grip you were having. Now, last lap coming out of 4 was you and Levi Cox, and man, that was a battle for the ages. What happened there? Talk me through coming out of 4.
Well, I'm going to start from the back stretch. I was just going to push Levi, get him next to Zach, and whatever happens between them. And then Zach blocked him down, and I wasn't going to follow them. It was wide open up top, so I went up top, and I was looking left, and I saw we're about to go 3 wide here, and so I made sure I stay way up to the 3rd groove. Then I saw Zach just gun it in. He came up and he door slammed me, and I had drift turn 3. Then I saw me and Levi were side by side, and off the 4, just all I could do was just hold my line, and he was trying to slow me down with the little door hits, but the physics got him.
Yep, and Levi comes out of 4, spins, and you come away with the victory with Brian Johnson right behind you and Zach Hall. How important, I mean, the win's got to be great tonight, but how important was it to finish first in the points heading into the playoffs?
Oh, it's huge. How close Brian and I are, and Zach and other people. I came in tonight tied with Brian with 7 points, and I came out here double my points with 14, so pretty big.
Awesome, sir. Well, congratulations on the victory tonight. Congratulations on the regular season points championship, and good luck next week at Martinsville for the playoffs. Anyone you'd like to say hello to out there?
I want to shout out my teammates this race: Stu Conrad, Levi Cox, Cody Cox, and Jason Spear, his first race here. And I thank you guys for the broadcast as always, and Zach, Brian, all of them, and Cat 5, and whoever else part of this league for putting this stuff on. It's pretty fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Larry, and good luck next week beginning the playoffs.
Thank you, sir.
And that is your race winner and your regular season points champion, Mr. Larry Yingling. And Robert, man, what a great regular season we've had here with the World Series of Sim Racing, and we head to Martinsville next week for the first round of the playoffs.
Yes, we do. So I was trying to move Larry and it won't let me, but all right. So, all right. Well, yeah, congratulations to him, man. What a race, man. I said it at the halfway mark there, Lee. You know, everybody sit back and get ready because I had a funny feeling we were going to see what we seen here tonight, man. But I'm out of words. I don't know what to say. These guys put on a show every week, you know, week in and week out. We see some awesome racing. Great group of guys here. So if anybody's out there, you know, that has iRacing, make sure you check these guys out at World Series of Sim Racing League. You can check them out on the iRacing League portal page at World Series of Sim Racing League. Or if you're on the Facebook side, just look up World Series of Sim Racing League, send in your application, and one of the administrators will take care of you within about a week, and you can join and race with these fun guys here. But yeah, man, we get ready to head to Martinsville next week, and from what I know from these league drivers, Zach Hall is good at Martinsville, Lee. That's his track, that's his dominance, that's his stomping grounds, I guess is what I'm trying to say, man. So it's going to be fun to watch these guys next week.
Yeah, especially when you got the stakes raised even higher with the 4-round playoff system here for World Series of Sim Racing. So next week, Martinsville, same bat time, same bat channel here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Freaky Fast Broadcasting brought to you almost every single night, because we do like a night off here and there, by the ButtKicker and the Gamer2. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving to physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast. That's Freaky with 2 E's, FreakyFast20 for 20% off your order of the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Freaky Fast Broadcasting also brought to you by Abruzzi USA. Your wear, your way. That's Abruzzi, ABRUZZI, USA.com. Make sure you use promo code FreakyFast. That's Freaky with 2 E's. Once again, FreakyFast for 20% off of orders $30 or more there at Abruzzi.com from BruzziUSA.com. From sim racing gloves, karting gloves, and boots, all kinds of different apparel, personalized items, and more. Please make sure you go check them out at BruzziUSA.com. Freaky Fast also brought to you by iPitting, the web tool designed for iRacing teams. It helps you create an iRacing series board for all your teammates and provides a clear vision with every data point, schedules, results, championship standings, and much more. It's also a great help for your team's community manager to use the tool to know and share on social networks with your team's achievements and events. That's the iPitting board at ipitting.com. Robert, we get set to not only go next Saturday to Martinsville, but I think we got a race tomorrow night, don't we?
We do. But before we get into that, let's go through our unofficial results here, Lee, real quick. I got them up here on the board so everybody can see where everybody finished at here tonight.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's okay. We had a lot of action.
We actually did. Larry Yingling comes away with his third victory of the season here for World Series of Sim Racing as we head into the playoffs. Brian Johnson in second position. That's a 1-2 for our 1-2 in points. Number 3, Zach Hall. No surprise there. Third in points as well. In fourth, John Mullins. Fifth will be Richard Swaverly. 6th, Chuck Sweeting. 7th will be Levi Cox. 8th, Cedric Hunter. 9th will be Jason Spear in his debut. Nice finish there from Mr. Spear. 10th will be Bob Skinner. 11th will be Dave Acacia. 12th, James Hackworth Jr. And 13th, Jonathan Smith. 14th, Mark Whitley. Joseph McCord will finish in 15th. Coley in 16th. Cody Cox in 17th. Jeff Gilmore in 18th. In 19th will be Alex Bisson. 20th, Nick Crawford. Will Prolix will be in 21st. Vernon Marcham will be in 22nd. Duke Conrad finishes out in 23rd. And then we have Holyfield, Held, and Aleo Jr. rounding out your fields. Another big night for World Series of Sim Racing. Another big night here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We'd like to thank everyone who joined us on Facebook and YouTube, and for all of the chat that was going on, the reactions, the likes, the subscribes. I think it was our busiest night on our social media platforms for Freaky Fast Broadcasting since I have been here.
That is correct. I want to double say thank you to everybody again, like what Lee said there on Facebook, for all the reactions. We had a total of around 25 views here tonight watching at one time, 134 comments, 17 reactions with 18 shares. So thank you to everybody who supports Freaky Fast Broadcasting and the crew of what we do all week. But we were talking about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Well, tomorrow we're going to go to Sim Racing Unleashed as they get ready to start their playoffs, going to Phoenix Raceway, the Oval Night Series, and then we take on Atlanta in 2 weeks. Not Atlanta, Auto Club, apologize, in 2 weeks on Sunday night. And they finish off their season at Chicagoland. 14 drivers battling 3 weeks. Next 3 Sunday nights at Sim Racing Unleashed. 7:50 we go live with Robert A. Moyer in the booth with Lee Tidwell. But all right, well, thank you everybody for the support out there. I hopefully everybody enjoyed the stream. And if you did, don't forget to follow, like, and share button, like we always like to say, Lee. But all right, Lee, well, any final thoughts before we sign off and get ready to head off to Phoenix to start another playoff run with 14 drivers?
Yeah, I need a snack.
Need a snack. Well, we'll talk about our snacks tomorrow night, so make sure you tune in at 7:50 here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube. But until then, God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.